Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is June 14th. Looking at the overall economical calendar, you guys can see that we have PPI coming out at 8:30 this morning. We have the Fed decision coming out at 2 o'clock, 2:30. We have a Fed Jerome Powell press conference. So you guys know how the market's going to react around that time. It's going to be Power Hour at around 2:30. So make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys are aware. Make sure you guys are not in any stocks because the market will fluctuate heavily when he speaks. Thursday, we have jobless numbers, import price index, and Friday, we have some Fed speakers as well. Jumping into the charts, we got to look at Apple. Apple has been on an absolute uptrend. You guys can see Apple went to 184, pulled back all the way down towards 178, and then it's coming back up towards those 184 levels. I would love to see a break of that 184.95. Let's just say 185 before we could start basically pushing up towards those 187 levels. So you guys keep an eye on Apple. Apple has been on a nice uptrend, but overall, it is a little bit more on the overbought side. So anything could possibly happen. Next up, we're going to talk about Shopify. Caught some short positions on Shopify yesterday. Shopify was very overbought. You can see the RSI overbought over here. We're starting to pull back. Let's see what happens. It's still trading flat right now, but it can basically come down lower. I would look for a break below at least like 63, then we can start going to 61. And to the upside, you want to watch for a break of 64, then we can start going to 65, maybe even go back to 66 to the upside. Next, what we're going to talk about is Meta. Looking at Meta, Meta has been on a nice upward trend as well. Meta needs to break this 277 level before you start going 278, 290 to the upside. The downside, watch for a break of 270. Then we can start going down towards 264 on Meta. Next, what we're going to talk about is Tesla. Tesla was pretty much sideways yesterday. If you guys look at the 15-minute of yesterday's time, see, we had a lot of sideways action yesterday. Tesla seems to be moving in the after hours because Tesla's up from 258 to 264 after hours. So Tesla likes to move after hours now. So let's see what happens with Tesla overall today. Hopefully the volume continues. It's been moving overbought. If we jump over towards the 1 year, I think it's moving up towards that 1 year high of that 314, and people are just buying it up. So right now she's sitting around like 258. But I think she could start possibly pushing up towards those 314 levels. There are some type of resistance levels up there, so make sure you guys are cautious. If we jump over towards the 180 day, see some basically resistance levels over here as well. She is a little bit more than overbought, but she's been moving overbought. So watch for the break and hold above that 265, and then we can start going up towards those 270 levels. To the downside, she's been holding above this 180-day trade line, so pretty much wouldn't short her until she breaks this level. So watch for the break of 258, then we can start going 250 and possibly lower. But overall, Tesla's on an upward trend, and you guys definitely want to keep an eye on Tesla, especially today, since she made that massive move overnight. Hopefully, the move continues and we start pushing up from 265 to 270. Last but not least, we're going to look at SPY. SPY is another after-hour mover, which was going to be heavily affected today, especially since Jerome Powell speaking. Jumping over towards the 180-day on SPY, you guys can see SPY is basically at 437. Let's call it 438. Next level she could go is 440 and possibly higher. We spoke about this in yesterday's video. That SPY looks like it wants to go for a 5-year high. Five-year high is 479, and we are basically pushing up towards those levels. It has a nice gap to like those 450 levels, and then we can start possibly getting into that zone over there. So make sure you guys watch out for SPY. It is overbought. It's going to be heavily affected today around like 2 o'clock, 2:30, especially with Powell speaking about inflation. So let's see what happens. But his main job typically is to pump the market, but he can say something that could overall negatively affect the market. So make sure you guys are cautious. Don't just jump into long positions. That's going to be it. Make sure you guys practice caution, especially today. Make sure you guys are aware around 2:30, Powell's going to be speaking. And that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.